The tallest building in the state of Indiana, the Chase Tower, rising high above our location today at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Indiana Pacers here at their home, Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, we'll be hearing from shortly. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And looking at the Cavs matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Victor Oladipo has a huge task and a long road in front of him making his way back from that knee injury. But you talk to his teammates, and they rave about his mental makeup. They say he's an incredible person, great to be around, the most positive guy they've ever played with. So, Kevin, if anyone can come back from this, he can.
You better believe it. Outstanding, David. Thank you. Opening day, Steve, for some teams, it's a fresh start, and for others, it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think those teams that came very close to maybe winning the championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry, and those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Derrick Rose is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Snell in at the 3 spot. And for Indiana, Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Sabonis and Turner up front. And it's McConnell in at the point. Now, here's McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Turner finds Oladipo. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Rose. Here's Jackson. And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
First one falls for him.
And not too long ago, Reggie Jackson signed a 5-year, $80 million deal. A lot of pressure on him to earn that money.
Jackson hits both of them.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
McConnell scanning the floor, and the pass to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now here's Griffin. The drive by Jackson. Good work defensively by Turner.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Now here's Warren. D right on him, and that one drops for him.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Pass to Drummond. Here's Snell. Left side, Griffin. Over Sabonis. A nice shot by Griffin.
And as much as Griffin has worked on his perimeter game, this is where he makes his money, in the painted area.
McConnell passes to Oladipo. No good.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Rose gets the bucket.
Defense all over him. He keeps his cool because of his strength and size at that position.
The Pacers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. McConnell kicks to Oladipo. Back to McConnell. Pass to Sabonis. To the wing on the left. Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. Warren on the wing. Passes to Sabonis. 5 to shoot. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Detroit the other way. Griffin with it. Sabonis defending. He gets that one.
And we're already seeing a little rhythm out of this offense. They've hit 3 out of 4 so far.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
McConnell finds Turner. Outside Warren. And there's the pass to Sabonis. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside Griffin. Nice D from Sabonis.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Three-pointer. Snell nailed from three-point land.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
To the paint. Here's Warren. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Warren's got his second bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Drummond. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Snell. Clock at 4. There's the triple. And it's McConnell with the rebound. Pacers trail by 3. Turner passes to Oladipo. Yep, that one goes in there.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Bounce pass from Rose. Oh, Griffin in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
I mean, on those alley-oop plays from Blake Griffin, you can't give him room to take off.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Indiana. To the middle. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Doesn't get exactly the screen he wants, but turns out he doesn't need it.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
Turner no good on the free throw. And the stretch center in demand. For Miles Turner, Greg, how does he take that next step as a player?
Getting stronger. And continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both ends of the floor.
Now McConnell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's the teardrop. A miss that time would have put him up.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now, here's McConnell. Back to Turner. Releases. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Indiana trailing here. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Rose. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
The Pacers have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. The kick out to Oladipo. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Griffin looking around. Sabonis grabs the board. Pacers trail by 3. Oladipo outside. Pass to McConnell. Pass to Warren. Passes it to Sabonis. Rebounded by the Pistons. Jackson finds Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Leaf checked in for Sabonis. McDermott comes in for T.J. Warren. Lamb, he's checked in for Oladipo. And Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Then for the Pistons, Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Luke Kennard comes in for Tony Snell. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Now here's Turner. Back to McDermott. In the corner, it's Brogdon. Over Jackson, and the rejection by Jackson. With the teardrop, that drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Now it's a 7-point Piston lead. Lamb passes to Leaf. Back to Lamb. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Galloway finds Morris. Here's Jackson. That shot misses. So the Pacers will take it the other way. It's Brogdon on the wing. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Galloway dishes to Griffin. Back to Galloway. Lets it fly. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. And the Pistons lead by 7. And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Pacers. Lamb with the ball. Goes up at the stripe. That one falls.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
Now here's McDermott. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The pass to Leaf. And that one is off. The Pistons go the other way with it. To the inside, Jackson. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 3 assists tonight.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Lamb against Griffin, and it's blocked. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Morris, no good. Pacers trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Turner kicks to Brogdon. Back to Turner. Pass to Lamb. Brogdon outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
And the first one drops. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
And Smitty, Blake Griffin stepping up his game in every way since joining the Detroit Pistons.
Kevin, last season was a career year in scoring, and he's doing so much on the floor. Rebounding and passing are a big part of his game now, and he's leading the way for this team in a lot of ways.
Now Griffin, after Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer that didn't go. Morris trying to free himself up. Griffin's shot is off.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brogdon against Jackson. Fires it up. And that one hits back iron.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Off with the layup. Blake Griffin getting it done for Detroit. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, you know, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, you know, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And, guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
On the floor for Detroit, Morris is out there with Wood. And there's Jackson, and it's Galloway in at the 2 spot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. There's Galloway. The Pacers making the shot. Here's Wood. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Good on the shot. Jackson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pistons.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
Pass to Leaf. Kicks to Lamb. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 11-footer. And it's sent back by Morris. Passes it to Kennard. Outside Jackson. There's the pass to Wood. Galloway taking his time here. Here's Kennard. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Lamb. Kept alive by Indiana. Holiday, the pass to Lamb. Back to Holiday. Pass to Turner. And Galloway pulls it down. Detroit leading by 8. Morris finds Jackson. Good D by Holiday. Lamb against Jackson. Right side Lamb. Pass to Turner. The jump hook. And he can't bank that one in.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
There's Galloway. Back to Kennard. From deep. They get it back. And Morris throws it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
And so here is Indiana after the basket by Detroit. Here's Brogdon. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Detroit leading by 10. And truly some significant roster changes for the Pacers this past summer.
Jeremy Lamb, Malcolm Brogdon, TJ Warren. They've gotten younger and gotten better as well, if you ask me. Excellent work by the Pacers front office.
Indiana making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Warren comes in for Leaf. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Lamb. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Rose, he's checked in for Jackson. Well, Langston Galloway, not the most efficient scorer, but he'll eat minutes for you.
Yeah, Galloway not a player you want taking a ton of shots overall, but he can hit from outside if you give him a look. That's really his best shot.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
That free throw good from Galloway. Well, Smitty, the game is evolving. We know that. New moves and techniques developed. Talk about some that have grown in popularity since the time of your retirement to now.
You know, the step back is one, and then also the step back is one. The Euro step, and I think also guys right now being able to launch their bodies into guys. I don't want to say it's a move, but that's how guys are playing. Because you can't hand check, guys are throwing their body into the defender on the move even more.
Now, here's McConnell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Galloway. And the 3 off target. Pacers trail by 12. Sabonis kicks to Oladipo. And here's McConnell. Pass to Sabonis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you look at per minute production, you can make a strong case that Demontis Sabonis at times has been underutilized. With consistent minutes, he can give you an efficient 20-10 every night.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And Sabonis having to spend some time at the power forward spot in today's game, Greg. He's pretty big for that position.
I mean, 6'11", 240. He's gotten leaner, done some yoga, worked on strengthening those hips, looking to stay mobile. And that ought to serve him whichever position he plays.
Good on the second free throw. Detroit leading by 11. Right side Rose. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
McConnell passes to Holiday. Dishes it to Warren. From 12 feet out. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Here's Snell. Out to the right wing. And it's blocked. Now Sabonis. McConnell with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 6 rebounds here tonight. He kicks it to Galloway. Drummond in the post, guarded by Holiday. And it's Drummond with a sensational play. Drummond's got his second bucket of the night.
High percentage look for Drummond. He's developed a number of go-to moves in there.
The pass to Oladipo. Looking to get back on track here. Basket made. That's his third of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Here's Rose. The shot off that time. Nice D from Oladipo. It's tipped. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Sabonis.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Pistons have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And the first one at the line is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
McDermott's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Detroit with a change here, too. Griffin's checked in. And so Snell nails both of them.
Well, the Pistons are starting to embrace the deep ball. First year under Coach Casey, they shot many more threes. Went from middle of the pack in 2018 to 6th overall last year.
Warren dishes to Oladipo. Pass to Sabonis. Can't hit from in close.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Galloway, guarded by Oladipo. Snell finds Drummond. Over McConnell. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And the threes the Pistons put up last year, Steve, a franchise record for them.
Next step is they're going to have to make them. This team is still looking for the right outside threats, but they know they want to stay a team that attacks from outside.
Just 5 on the clock. Oladipo for 3, drills the three-pointer. Oladipo's got 9.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
This is why you spend so much time devising ways to space the floor. If you can't, you don't get very far.
Here's McConnell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Oladipo outside. Up top, Sabonis. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Now here's Rose. Pass to Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Sabonis.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well as drawing fouls.
And he makes the first. A Smitty, of recent players to enter the league, which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high drive picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the three.
Now, here's Oladipo. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Sabonis. Kicks it to Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. And Indiana, another 3.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Passes it to Drummond. There's the dish to Griffin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
For Detroit, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That free throw, no good.
Last year, an 8th seed finish for the Detroit Pistons. Had to work for it, battling it out to the very end of the season. Their 500 record of 41-41 was just enough to get in.
He hits the second from the line. And Smitty, last season for the Pistons, a short playoff trip as they were swept by Milwaukee, but still a learning experience.
Kevin, getting this team back to the playoffs was the first step. The young players learned a valuable lesson. It's all about changing the mindset and culture of this team.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 12. Pulls it up. Off the left rim and out.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Outside Griffin. Now the pass to Snell. Shoots. The offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. It's blocked. He kicks it to Galloway. They shoot again. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Some changes for Indiana. Miles Turner comes in for Sabonis. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. That free throw good from Galloway.
After going undrafted, Langston Galloway in 2015, he was named to the all-rookie second team. It's a terrific story.
Now, here's Oladipo. And stolen by Drummond. And it's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. The Pistons making a change here. Kennard's checked in. 1:29 left here in the second. Griffin, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. Griffin's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Oladipo, the pass to McDermott. There's the lob to Oladipo. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And it's good, 2 points. 6 points for Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose can score in many different ways. He's very comfortable in this spot.
Brogdon kicks to Turner. He dishes it to Warren. 43 seconds left in the first half of the game. That one goes. Count it. Turner's got 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Rose against Brogdon. Griffin down low. Clock at 6. Here's Drummond. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's guarded closely. From downtown. No good there.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see you back out here, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He ended up with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
That was very undisciplined half of basketball they just played. You can see it in all the points they gave up at the free throw line. Listen, I don't mind the aggressive attitude, but they took it too far with all the silly, crazy fouls.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Pacers, it's Warren and Leaf. They're the forwards. T.J. McConnell is out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Turner in at the 5. Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers.
One shot.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said, Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
Now, here's Sabonis. And here's McConnell. Nice D from Griffin.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
On the attack all evening. Not sure at this point what can slow Blake Griffin down.
Pass to Sabonis. Fader on the way. Rebound, Detroit. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rose gets a wide open look. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 6 assists in the game. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And the shot by Warren, no good.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And it's Rose missing.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the 2nd overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Griffin against Sabonis. Griffin.
Oh, wow.
Watch your head.
It's a beautiful jam.
We know how strong Griffin is, but he has the ability also to adjust his body in midair to draw the contact.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
One shot.
That's good from Blake Griffin. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. Here's McConnell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Oladipo. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Snell from outside. And no good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Inside, here's Drummond, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Because he's a terrible free throw shooter, when Drummond gets the ball in a spot he likes, teams look to foul him.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
That free throw, no good. And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of 3 players on the glass, but he's also been a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Warren. Morris is checked in for the Pistons. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Well, now when you foul Drummond, he can hurt you a little bit at the line. He's much improved.
McConnell with it, working on Drummond. Sabonis with the bucket.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Rose finds Jackson. To the right side. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Jackson's got 10 points.
Good defense. Jackson could have passed out of it, but showing confidence in his jumper.
Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. Here's Lamb. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got 5 assists tonight.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Oladipo with the block. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And a wide open look for Lamb. The Pacers getting another chance here. Turner. Good D by Drummond. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part. It's the staying there that's the true challenge. And Victor Oladipo achieved stardom, but has to make his way back after his knee injury in early 2019.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
And so he hits both. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now, here's Oladipo. 14 points for him. Count it.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
You feel like Jeremy Lamb has been in the league forever, mostly known for being a piece in the Harden trade when he left OKC, but Lamb is coming to his own the last few years.
And Jeremy Lamb, you feel like, Greg, he could be kind of a late bloomer.
The improvement he's shown the last few seasons has been huge. Much more comfortable as a scorer, and the defense has picked up for him as well.
Now here's Rose. He's got 9. Pass to Wood. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Thursday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. The Pacers making a switch here. Watkins checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Luke Kennard comes in for Drummond. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derrick Rose. He's off on the second. Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court.
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Jackson, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And last season, 86% from the line, so he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
And Indiana making a change here. Leafs checked in. And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. The pass to Sabonis. On the wing, Lamb. Pass to Brogdon. Clock at 6. Holiday left side. Here's Sabonis. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Domantas Sabonis. Here's Lamb, and it's a foul. It's called on TJ Leaf. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Pistons leading by 22. Here's Galloway. 9 points in the game so far, and he's able to get it back. Pass to Morris. The second chance effort. Back to Galloway. Shot clock at 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Galloway has got 12 points in the game.
Here's where Galloway excels. Better off the catch than initiating.
The shot by Brogdon wide open. Second shot opportunity, and it's denied.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Here's Lamb after the basket by Detroit. Passes it to Holiday. And the rejection by Jackson. Now Detroit moving it up. Galloway, no good. Indiana's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Looking now at the numbers for Jeremy Lamb. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 15. Here's Morris. Rebounded by McDermott. And Indiana shooting just 34% from the floor. And Lamb slams it home.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Jackson passes to Kennard. Here's Wood. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. In third, the Pacers.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Outside, Lamb. The pass to Brogdon. Moves back up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana to leave the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
The first one falls. Well, guys, Brogdon not a player that turns heads, but man, is he an efficient threat on the floor.
And he's been a great three-point shooter really since his rookie year. His field goal percentage continues to climb and has evolved into one of the best free throw shooters in the game.
Warren's checked in for Indiana. And Detroit with a change here, too. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jackson. Brogdon hits them both. And so Galloway with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Morris, and it's blocked. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Galloway. 12 points for him. Pass to Griffin. Here's Kennard. Releases. 5 on the clock, and that's good for 2. Kennard's got his second basket of the night.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Brogdon kicks to Leaf. Outside Warren. Pass to Leaf. Back to Warren. Over Morris. Good work defensively by Morris.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
And it's blocked. Here's Leaf. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's blocked. Griffin dishes to Galloway. Passes to Kennard. The 3-ball. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Kennard's got 7.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Brogdon finds McDermott. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Griffin against Warren. McDermott for 3. Offensive rebound. Leaf. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
No good on the free throw. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Indiana. Tony Snell's checked in for the Pistons. Rose comes in for Langston Galloway. And he sinks the second. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Rose in the post. He's covered by McConnell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good for Morris. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Indiana's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Now Warren. From outside the arc, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Detroit. They finish off the third quarter on a 14-5 run. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Detroit, they've got Frazier. Doomboya is out there with Maker. Then there's Brown, and it's Kennard in at the 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And, Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Kennard. Holiday with the block. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Here's Kennard. Frazier outside. Shot clock at 6. To the left side wing. Fires the 3. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got 10 points here in the second half.
After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
Here's Sumner. The pass to Bitadze. Feeds to McDermott. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Doug McBuckets, we call him, has established himself as a knockdown shooter in this league.
First free throw is good. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles, and all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
Here's Kennard. Dishes it to Doumbouya. Up top, Frazier. Cuts off the pass. Here's Sumner. Rips down the breakaway slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Now, here's Doumbouya. And it's blocked. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Holiday is running. And it's blocked by Brown. Frazier outside. Kicks it to Maker. Over in the corner, Brown. Maker passes to Frazier. 4 on the clock for the 3. A rebound by Bitadze. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Brown. And Maker sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Maker's averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
Brown kicks to Frazier. Pass to Kennard. Takes the 3. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Pass to McDermott. Here's Sumner. He's covered by Brown. Back to McDermott. Knocked away. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Brogdon. Shot clock at 5. Over Jackson. And the call will be against Sabonis. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Bounce pass from Rose. Back to Griffin. Right side Jackson for 3. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Drummond is very active on the offensive glass. This is where he can pile up a lot of points.
Oladipo against Rose. And they pick up 2. And that's 19 points for Victor Oladipo. The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Stolen by Brogdon. The finish. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force. So it's the Pistons now. Jackson finds Rose. Now here's Griffin. Jackson with it. Down low. 5 on the clock. Rose. Good.
Derek is just exceptional in the paint. A gifted scorer amongst the trees.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana. The NBA looking to improve officiating.
Yes.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Griffin. He kicks to Drummond. Griffin trying to get open. From 8. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Turner. Now the pass to Oladipo. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's... Here's Snell, and it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Tries yet again, and he lays it up and in.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Pass to Oladipo, fires for three, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pistons leading by 22. Jackson from long range. Good D by Brogdon.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Now, here's Brogdon. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
The Pacers making a switch here. Warren's checked in. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Griffin against Sabonis. Griffin dishes to Rhodes. Back to Griffin. It's blocked. Now here's Oladipo. Brogdon outside. Pass to Oladipo. Detroit with the rebound. Here's Jackson. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brogdon. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. Now here's Jackson. Not a lot of room. Pass to Griffin. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. NBA gets headlines daily. You know it does, Smitty? Around the calendar, there's no off-season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off-season. And 24/7, you look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone, and everybody is looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
He doesn't get the second one. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. To the inside, here's Turner. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got 6 assists in the game.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Now here's Jackson. Right wing. Here's Griffin. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Sabonis. Here's Turner. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the ceiling Turner has is impressive. Has the potential to be a dominant big man in this league.
And that one falls for Turner. You know, Smitty, Commissioner Adam Silver has been outspoken in saying there will be a female NBA head coach, and he says it's on him to help it happen sooner than later. And, Steve, we already see many women in various categories in the NBA all over the league right now.
So true, Kevin. I love the diversity, and it's much needed in our league. And I would say Adam Silver has done a great job of taking us in that direction.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit. They have a 19-point lead. The dish to Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
The burst of Jackson makes him a hard guy to stick with and difficult not to foul him.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. Pacers trail by 21. And here's McConnell. There's the pass to Oladipo. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they are not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court.
The Pacers shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. McConnell with it. Jackson on him. A shot by McConnell, no good. Detroit leading by 21. Pass to Rose. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. And McConnell gets it to go.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Detroit leading by 21. Jackson looking it over. Kicks it to Snell. Here's Rose. The shot missing. Good D by Brogdon. And here are the Pacers now. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education, I love that type of compensation.
That free throw good from Turner. Both free throws good from Turner. And so it's Detroit with the ball. 19-point game. Outside Jackson. Over McConnell. The jumper from the free throw line is good. 19 points for Reggie Jackson.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. Now, McConnell, just 5 on the clock. And here's Warren for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Brogdon against Jackson. Now the feed to Drummond. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. On its way from Rose for 2, and he hits the jump shot. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Detroit.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Blake Griffin.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Now, here's McConnell. Pass to Turner. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Outside Griffin. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.